So, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, classmate. Today, together with Mag-alay and Luces, we will discuss to you the Singapore Police Organization. So, now, I am the one who will discuss to you the brief history of Singapore Police Force or Singapore Police Organization. So, the Singapore Police Force or SPF is a uniform organization under the purview of the Ministry of Home Affairs, and it was established in May 1820 during the British colonial era. So, gina-consider or ginahambal nga ang Singapore Police Force or Singapore Police Organization is one of the oldest government institution in the country. The reason is, gin-establish ta na kang May 1820 during British colonial era. Ang SPF or Singapore Police Force is a strong force of 15,000 regular officers, civilian staff, and full-time police national servicemen, augmented by volunteer police officers and operationally ready police national servicemen that has kept Singapore as one of the safest countries in the world with one of the lowest crime rates in the world. So, dahil kano sa strong force kang SPF or kang Singapore is ginaturing tana or ang andang country as one of the safest or one of the safest country in the world. So, the SPF was formed just a year after Sir Stamford Raffles founded Singapore as a British trading post in 1819. So, kang ginhimo ang SPF is May 1820. Take note, in-establish ang SPF May 1820 during the British colonial era. So, SPF ginform tana just a year after Sir Stamford Raffles founded Singapore as a British trading post in 1819. So, here you can see kung ano itsura ni Sir Stamford Raffles. So, under ni Sir Stamford Raffles is si Francis James Bernard. So, si Francis James Bernard ang nag-lead kang first police force with a small team of just 12 men. And he also served as the first police assistant. So guys, take note that the founder of the Singapore Police Force is also Sir Francis James Bernard. He is appointed in May 1820 by Major General William Farquhar, the first British resident of Singapore. So Bernard served as the inaugural police assistant, effectively establishing and leading the nascent police force. So his appointment marked the formal inception of structured law enforcement in Singapore. So Bernard's initial team comprised a modest contingent of 12 men. So including a jemadar or sergeant, 8 peons or constables, a jailer, and a Malay writer. So operating from his own residence near the Singapore River, Bernard laid the foundational framework for policing in the rapidly growing settlement. His efforts were instrumental in maintaining order during a period of significant demographic and economic expansion in Singapore country. So we also have here Sir Thomas Dunman or Dunman, a commercial assistant who was appointed to head the police force on a part-time basis in Singapore. So with the passing of the Police Act of 1856, he was appointed as the first full-time commissioner of police in 1857. So the Police Act of 1856, amori ang tana nag-formalize kang police structure kag nag-led kang appointment ka ni Sir Thomas Dunman or ni Dunman as the first full-time commissioner. So the act also paved the way for the introduction of uniforms for the police force, initially the dark blue colored serge coats, trouser, cuffs, and black shoes. On June 3, 1959 is of special significance as Singapore obtained self-government on that day, and SPF or Singapore Police Force first became accountable to the people of Singapore as the law enforcement agency of an elected government. So, the Singapore Police Force is formerly known as the Republic of Singapore Police. So, ranked consistently in the top 5 positions in the Global Competitiveness Report in terms of its reliability of police services. So, the Singapore Police Force commemorates their Police Day annually on June 3. So, we have here the Old Hill Street Police Station versus now. So, the building was large for its time and once referred to as the police skyscraper. As you can see, here is the Central Police Station along South Bridge Road in 1911. So the building was the police headquarters from the 1860s to 1930s and it was demolished in 1978. Here is the first police patrol car from the 1940s versus 2020. So the first patrol car from the 1940s versus 2020. So the radio patrol cars were first introduced in the late 1940s together with the 999 hotline, and it drastically enhanced the police ability to provide timely response to crime. So, nabanggit ko kaina sa ating first slide, ang SPF is under the purview of the Ministry of Home Affairs. So now, ipakilala ko kaninyo kung ano ang Ministry of Home Affairs or MHA. So, ang MHA is the Ministry of the Government of Singapore and is responsible for public safety, civil defense, and immigration. So, it is also known as the Home Team and is headed by the Minister of Home Affairs. So, tana ka dya ang nagsisilbi nga DILG kang Singapore. Kung kanatan dya sa Philippines, ang PNP is under the DILG. So, rugto sa Singapore, or dya sa Singapore, ang Singapore Police Force is under the MHA or Ministry of Home Affairs. So, equivalent kang atan nga DILG sa Singapore is the Ministry of Home Affairs. So, amo yan guys. Home Team Academy or HTA, it is the training institute for various organizations of the Ministry of Home Affairs. So, ang HTA, amorian ang daw nagsisilbi nga training center o training institute para sa mga organization kang Ministry of Home Affairs. So, on August 9, 1965, Singapore was separated from Malaysia and became an independent republic. So, in 1968, the police crest adopted the name Police Republic Singapura or Republic of Singapore Police. So, within the 5 years of independence, recruitment numbers expanded and the National Police or the Police National Service was introduced in 1967. So, dahil sa pag-introduce kang Police National Service kang 1967, the Singapore Police Force was inducted into the Interpol. Kag ang police training school nanda is na-elevate na to police academy. So the force was also reorganized in 1969, which saw the gray flannel shirt and khaki shorts replaced with blue uniforms consistent with international policing or policing color. So dahil na-reorganize ang Singapore Police Force kang 1969, ang andang uniform nga gray flannel shirt and khaki short is na-islan or ginislan nanda nga maging blue uniform or ginislanan da kang blue uniform kag consistent with international policing color. So now, let's proceed to Singapore Police Force organizational mandates. So the Singapore Police Force vision is a force of nation to make Singapore the safest place in the world. So their mission is to prevent, deter, and detect crime. And their motto is Secha Dan Bhakti or loyalty and service.
Singapore Police Force organizational structure. The SPF is a highly structured and hierarchical organizational ensuring effective coordination between operational, investigative, and administrative branches. Its clear division of responsibilities ensures rapid response, crime prevention, and public safety across all areas of Singapore. Number 1, Top 1 Leadership. Commissioner of Police, the highest ranking officer responsible for the overall leadership of the SPF. Deputy Commissioners of Police, Darwa kabilog. Una, Deputy Commissioner Operations. Darwa, Deputy Commissioner Investigation and Intelligence. These deputies support the Commissioner in overseeing and managing core aspects of police operations and strategic directions. Number 2, Staff Departments. These departments provide administrative, strategic, and logistical support throughout the SPF. Planning and Organization Department, Operations Department, Public Affairs Department, Police Psychological Service Department, Manpower Department, Finance Department, Logistics Department, and last Technology Department. Number 3, Specialist Staff Departments. These divisions focus on complex and specialized areas of policing. Criminal Investigation Department or CID investigates major crimes and oversees forensic capabilities. Intelligence Department gathers and analyzes intelligence relevant to criminal threats. Commercial Affairs Department or CAD deals with commercial crimes, financial fraud, and white-collar offense. Number 4, Specialist and Operational Units. Frontline tactical and support units include Special Operation Command or SOC handles riot control, counterterrorism, and tactical response. Police Coast Guard or PCG protects maritime borders and coastal security. Traffic Police or TP enforces traffic laws and promotes road safety. Police K9 Unit provides K9 assistance in narcotics, explosive detection, and search operations. Airport Police Division secures Changi Airport and its surrounding areas. Number 5, Land Divisions. Singapore is divided into 7 geographic divisions, each responsible for community policing and local enforcement. Una, Ang Mo Kio Division, Bedok Division, Central Division, Clementi Division, Jurong Division, Tanglin Division, and Woodlands Division. Each division is led by a commander who ensures security, crime prevention, and community engagement within their jurisdiction. Note: dark blue is the organizational color of the Singapore Police Force and has remained so continuously since 1969. Ranking System. The SPF rank structure is designed to establish clear hierarchies and responsibilities. Commissioner of Police is the top-ranking police officer of the SPF, assisted by the Deputy Commissioner of Police. He reports to the Minister of Home Affairs. Deputy Commissioner of Police is the second most senior police rank of a senior officer in the SPF, above the ranking of Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police, Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Superintendent of Police, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Inspector of Police, Senior Station Inspector, Station Inspector, Senior Staff Sergeant, Staff Sergeant, Sergeant, Corporal, and Constable. So, sa may Singapore, ang lowest na is ang Constable, tapos ang high na nga rank is ang Commissioner of Police.
Singapore Police Governance. The SPF operates under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Home Affairs or MHA, ensuring alignment with the national security policies and objectives. Key governance aspects. Policy direction. The MHA or Ministry of Home Affairs sets overarching policies and strategies goals for the SPF. Operational oversight. The Commissioner of Police is responsible for the day-to-day operation and implementation of policies within the SPF. Accountability. Regular audits and reviews are conducted to maintain transparency and efficiency in operation Singapore Police Force. So, Singapore Police Force is controlled by the Ministry of Home Affairs or MHA. The Singapore Police Force or SPF is controlled by the Ministry of Home Affairs or MHA, a government department na ginamake sure ang mga police is ga-follow sa mga country security plans. Also, the MHA or Ministry of Home Affairs is nagatel sa mga police kung ano ang the goals and rules. And Commissioner of Police is the leader who run the police every day. Tandang ga make sure the rules are followed. So tanda gina make sure nanda nga ang mga police is gina-follow dagid ang rules and regulations. To make sure everything is work properly and fairly, The police are checked regularly through audits and reviews. This governance structure ensures that the SPF functions effectively within the broader framework of Singapore's international security and public safety objectives. Singapore operates under a centralized system of governance, a structure that extends to its law enforcement agency, including the Singapore Police Force or SPF. In this system, authority and decision-making are concentrated at the national level, allowing for uniform policy implementation and streamlined administrative process across the country. In Singapore, the government control kang most of important decision from the top. Also, this applies to the Singapore Police Force. And the Singapore Police Force is ga-follow tanda kang rules and plans halin sa national government. This system helps police work the same way across the whole country and make things more organized and efficient. The executive branch of Singapore government is led by the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, which serve as the central decision-making body. This centralized executive structure ensures cohesion governance and policy consistency nationwide. The governance of Singapore and the operation of its police force exemplify a centralized system, characterized by top-down decision-making and uniform policy enforcement. In Singapore, Prime Minister and Cabinet ang gapanguna sa government. Tanda ang nagahimo kang mga major decisions. Kag ang anda nga system dito is centralized. So meaning, ang decision halin sa babaw kag gina-applied across the whole country. Kag ang mga police agency are gina-follow nanda ang centralized system para i-keep ang mga policies and rules na consistent na. Singapore Police Force Qualification. To become a police officer in Singapore Police Force, candidates must meet specific qualifications based on the entry route. Direct Entry Sergeant or Direct Entry Inspector. Sa Direct Entry Sergeant, educational requirements are minimum of 5 CGE 0-level credits or equivalent of qualifications such as NITEC, Higher NITEC, CGE A-level, or a diploma. Physical and mental requirements are male applicants should have physical employment status PES of A or B1. A normal color vision is required. Training. Successful candidates undergo a 6-month residential training program covering police defense, tactics, physical training, criminal law, and preparation for ground response force duties. Singapore Police Force Qualification. Direct Entry Inspector. Educational requirements. A bachelor degree in any discipline from a recognized university. Physical and medical requirements. Male applicants should have a PES of A or B1. The same with Direct Entry Sergeant. Need kang male applicants should have physical employment status or PES of A or B1. Sa Direct Entry Inspector, normal color vision is required. So, the same man tanda ni Direct Entry Sergeant, normal vision is required. Kaya hindi man natin pwede nga may diferensya ang atin nga vision. Training. A 9-month residential training program that includes police defense tactics, physical training, criminal law, leadership deployment, and criminal investigation lesson. So sa direct entry inspector, ang training nanda is 9 months. So sa direct entry sergeant na is 6 months residential training lang. Singapore Police Force Qualification. General Entry Requirements. Nationality. Singapore citizen or permanent resident. Age typically between 18 and 45-year-old. vision, normal color vision. Physical fitness. Male applicants should have a physical employment status or PES of A or B1. And citizen on patrol or COP. Singapore citizen or permanent resident between 17 and 79-year-old. 1.5 days of modular training on basic crime prevention. SCG secure and community emergency preparedness. So, Citizen on Patrol or COP, this is a volunteer program for Singapore citizens or permanent residents. So, para dia sa mga permanent residents kang Singapore, you must be between 17 and 79-year-old. Sa training is you will need to complete the 1.5 days of training para ma-learn about sa crime prevention and emergency preparedness and community safety. The COP program helps you to assist the police in keeping the community safe bisan nga bukat ikaw physically active. So amo ra ang COP patrol or citizen on patrol.
So now, let's tackle the Singapore Police Force police performance. So the Singapore Police Force or SPF is internationally recognized for its efficiency, integrity, and low crime rates, making it one of the most effective police agency globally. So its performance is consistently reflected in high public trust, rigorous internal standards, and international accolades. So dahil ang Singapore is ang country nga low crime rate, ang anda nga public is may high trust sa anda nga police force. In the 2023 annual crime brief, the Singapore Police Force reported a 93% public confidence rating, showing strong community trust in police capabilities and fairness. The overall crime rate has remained relatively low with effective responses to emerging crimes such as cybercrime and scams. So, kang nagkaroon kang annual crime brief, ang SPF is naka-report kang 93% public confidence rating. So, ang pagginambal nga public confidence rating, amorian is ang pagsarig kang anda mga taho or kang mga people kang country sa anda nga police force. So, dahil sa tama ka sagad or tama ka ang anong performance kang anda nga police force, tama ka dasig, tama ka alert, tama ka nami. So, ang anda nga public rugto or ang mga taho rugto is bahal-bahal lang sarig sa anda nga police force. Amorian nga anda nga country is tama ka nami or ginambal nga safest talaga or safe na safe gid. Kay diay makita natin nga ang crime rate nanda is extremely low gid. Kagang anda nga crime-solving efficiency is tama kataas. So, the SPF was also awarded the Singapore Quality Award with special commendation in 2019, highlighting its operational excellence, innovation, and public service leadership. So, the SPF uses data-driven policing, community partnerships, and technology. Example, the body-worn cameras and AI surveillance to ensure effective law enforcement. Internally, officers are held to high standards through 12 performance indicators assessing operational, tactical, and administrative competencies. So now, let's tackle about the Singapore Police Force crest. So the current SPF crest was unveiled in 2015. So, amo dya ang represent kang SPF's commitment to looking forward while honoring our heritage or ang anda nga heritage. At the center of the crest is the red shield with a crescent moon and 5 stars. The paddy wreath symbolizes substance and humility, crowning the shield to represent their commitment to the SPF's mission of safeguarding the nation. So the blue ribbon supporting the paddy wreath is inscribed with Police Republic Singapura, a reminder of their history over 200 years.